Morning, everybody. Having a been having a rough time. Um, it is 4 in the morning. Hopping on for a stream. Streaming helps me keep my mind off stuff. You know, can't ever let your mind wander. You let your mind wander out, and now I'm having just the most terrible nightmares. So yeah, we're gonna stream. We're gonna pretend like everything's all right, like you do. Also, May, really. It's May 10th. Okay. I've been trying to upload VODs to YouTube, and it's realizing putting them in the right order has been very. I'm just gonna start streams by saying the date. Yeah. Let's find something to play, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. I'm sorry, I'm a little all over the place. It's just, yeah. Very rough time for me. So, yeah, pick out a game. It's gonna be, it's. Right. Well, you know. Give the medicine a little while to kick in. I'm sure it'll be something. Like, not better, but, actually, this is a good opportunity to play something I downloaded a bunch of games recently. Looking at what I want to play, we've been needing to do more Mega Man games. So let's do a Mega Man game today. It's something I haven't done in a little bit, but we're working through playing every Mega Man game. I've got a list of 80 something I gotta find. But it's 80 something. So let's see. Oh, the Retro Arch open. Right. I'm wildly unprepared, but this is an impromptu stream where I just really needed to, get my mind off stuff. Added bonus, I've got just so much chocolate on hand. Because I'm sad when I get sad. Me likes sweet stuff. So I just, consume a lot of sweet stuff. Just assume at any given point in time my desk has like candy bars and all kinds of stuff on it. Why are you not opening though? Because I really wish you would. Alright, well, we know. Well, stop. Just took my computer a moment to find the program. Did I take medicine? Which medicine did I take? Hold on. Right. Because I bet you there's more. Yep. Alright. Let's do that one and, Right. Because things are bad all the time, but we can play video games and try to forget about it. There's the goal. Until then, Maple, are you awake? Let's see if Maple's awake. Oh my god. My computer's imploding. Why is it going this slowly? Let's see if Maple pops up. Really? I was joking about it. Maple, where are you at? I don't know if there she is. Just for a moment. It's taking it a bit to warm up, I suppose. Okay, my OBS is running way behind. Seems to be the problem. Wait for the other one to pop up. So I'll make sure I shouldn't be concerned. Gotta make sure Maple's doing alright. It's like I'm never okay, but Maple, we gotta make sure she's doing okay. Like the heart and soul of the community. There she is, alright. Just had to make sure. Alright, so Retro Arch is fine. Well, it's open, it's still fighting me. Wow. Let's go for Swan Station, I suppose. I didn't actually say which Mega Man game we're playing. That's going to be a mystery. Stay tuned for that. Grand surprise. I'm excited about it too. This one? It might be really loud, so just bear with me here. If it is, I'll turn it down, but I'm not sure. Some games are louder than others. Really?
Beads!
Beads! Defoe, good morning. The answer is Mega Man 4. That's what we're playing today. How are you doing today, friend? This seems alright. Let's see how the game starts. And good chocolate. God, I love chocolate so much. This seems alright volume-wise, right? I'm going to assume that's the case because it seems alright on my end. I mean, could I stand to bump it up a little bit? Let me know, I guess. Wow. No worries, I just took some myself also. I was kind of surprised that you decided to stop in because we were chatting for a bit. So I know you haven't been to bed yet. So if you need... Are you going to be okay? Wow. Miles is having an entire conversation with me and I don't know what to do. But no, I want to make sure you get some rest. So yeah, you need to dip out. Don't worry about it. I'm happy you decided to stop in and say hey, but I'm more interested in you getting some good sleep. So feel free at any point in time just to dip and get some rest. This is when the series Mega Man X, I want to say went off the rails, but like, yeah. But like for unrelated reasons, I think. As the series progressed, it did two things wildly different. But I think those two things are independent of each other. It got really story heavy because that was the intent. The original Mega Man series was like kiddie and silly, goofy. Mega Man X was meant to be more serious. But the original Mega Man X games for Super Nintendo, the first three, weren't super plot heavy. They had stories, but starting with this one, just whole cutscenes and conversations with people. It got really dialogue dense. And then the other bad thing it did was the games just got really dumb. So that's unfortunate. I put that caveat there because I'm separating the two because I don't think the extra dialogue makes the games worse. It's just they got worse and they added more dialogue. There's some sleep pills earlier. Oh, yeah, that's, yeah. Well, be careful doubling up on stuff. I'm not going to tell you not to because I have myself done that, so just be careful. I'm there with you because the sleeping pills I need to take. Is it? Why? What? What would cause that? That's the wildest thing. Thank you. Is it? It is this one. Why is it doing that though? Because it should not be doing that. Ah, Nap, good morning. How are you doing today, friend? Let's just do a new window capture, I suppose. That's weird. I'm not sure why it would do that. Really? I'm going to try using a different core then, because that shouldn't happen. That's wild. No, like I take sleeping meds too, and it's like they start working and I can't sleep and they start wearing off. I'm like, well, great, now I need to wait for them to finish wearing off and then take some more and wait for those to kick in, and then we can try this again. And I promise you, they very rarely work. Or when they do, I've been having these terrible nightmares. One of my new meds is my doctor gave me these medication to make me stop having dreams, but yeah, we're finding a good dosage on that because they keep happening. That's not great. Okay, so now it popped up. That's what we want, right? Load core. Let's do the other one though. It's just to, I don't know. That seems right, don't it? That seems about right. Let's hold on. Let me adjust my window first before I start adjusting that. Miles is still yelling at me. Don't know why. He's still yelling. I'm doing. Are you sure? You seem pretty sure. Oh my god. Alright, that seems to be better. Wow. Okay, I'm doing terribly, but you know, I can't say that because if people ask you how you're doing and you say bad, they feel kind of awkward because like, well, how do you respond to that? When someone says they're doing bad, you're like, oh, well, that sucks. Sorry. And then you continue. So like, you may as well not even say bad. You may just as well lie and say good. But I don't want to lie to my friends, so I'm doing terribly, but That's don't worry about it. I appreciate you. Oh, it's good when you get stuff done. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure it was playing properly. Okay. Alright. We're gonna be Mega Man. And I know Zero is a lot cooler. I get that. The game is called Mega Man. So I feel weird otherwise. Do you guys know I have a Mega Man tattoo? Did you know that about me? Because I do. So it's gotta be Mega Man. I'm just so much better with a ranged weapon.
It's about the Maverick Hunters, General. They are far too eager to please the humans.
Yeah, we got a cutscene.
Hunt down the Reploids. Do you believe they pose a significant threat?
Perhaps.
You already know the truth, General. Their sole mission has been to destroy any Reploids who fail to do as the humans order. It's in your best interest to stop them now, before they turn on you. You possess...
I'll give you the cliff notes. The games get really story heavy, and I personally enjoy the cutscenes, but I understand they're an acquired taste. They're very unfortunate. Essentially, in the Mega Man X world, there's Reploids, which are robots that can think and feel, and they're essentially human beings. They're just robots. They're robots with their own thoughts and feelings, and they free will. And periodically there are ones that go bad, because what comes along with free will is the choice. They can choose to do bad stuff now. So now there's just like these bad robots running around, and there's the Maverick Hunters. They're called Mavericks when they go bad. Maverick Hunters, which are like the robot police. And that conflict's been going on back and forth, and a group of Reploids decided that they just had enough. Like, they don't want to deal with it anymore. Like we're not gonna attack people. We just want to be left alone. Like, you guys do your own thing, that's fine. We're gonna go over here, just leave us alone. We don't mind you, you don't mind us. And now there's a conflict between the Maverick Hunters and them, because now the bad guy of the game is framing them for terrorist attacks. So you're fighting them, they're fighting you, and the bad guy's pulling the strings going on. Right, that's the story. They're called the Repliforce, and they're seen as very I know it's not the correct word. I'm gonna say militaristic, because I took some sleeping pills and there's no way I'm getting that word out correctly. Right. But no, Defoe, that's the goal, isn't it? That's the ultimate objective. Just I keep hoping that one of these days I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm not gonna wake up. But we just do the best we can. You keep waking up anyway, so you gotta do the best you can, right? I'm not happy about it, but we just gotta do what we can. I will say though, yeah, I just seen your nap. You were saying stuff about baking, and I'm a big fan of baking, right? I've been meaning to get better at baking, because I've always been a cook. Like, I prefer meals like dinner and stuff. Not great at it, but done a lot of it. And baking, like I was saying though, I have such a sweet tooth. Like, I love desserts and stuff. I've always meant to get good at baking, I just never have. I want to do more of that. And I think as many hive mates as we have from other countries, I love the idea of Dragoon here. I'm going to tell you after I finish my sentence, but keep this guy in mind here. He's kind of important. No, yeah, baking. I want to get better at baking. And there's different desserts from different countries. I started looking up like some of our people from like Poland and Germany and different countries have like really interesting things I've never even heard of, and I would really like to bake some of those things just to be more interesting, because you know, as much as I love brownies, I've had brownies many times. Okay, so there's this orbital city thing that just got sabotaged and crashed to the ground. Many people are dead. And that's where this plot came in. I was telling you, Repliforce gets blamed for this. They didn't do it, but the bad guy wants you to think they did it. So that's where the conflict comes from. So I just saved you a bunch of heartache. Like that's a lot of cutscene I just made you skip. But no, Dragoon, that guy there, he's one of the 8 bosses. It's a Mega Man game. He's one of the 8 bosses. As far as I know, he's the only boss in the I don't know the last. I don't know Mega Man 7, Mega Man or X7, X8 because they suck. So they might contradict what I'm about to say, but outside of those games, Dragoon is the only boss you can fight in ride armor. Every other Maverick, you just like this. But him, you can actually sneak into his boss room with ride armor on. Usually you can't, because the door is too small. Oh, man. Like this is the tutorial boss, so he's not going to be very difficult at all, but look how cool this dragon is. Look at it. You'd think he'd be so much tougher than he is. Like, if they would have saved this guy for, like, a end of the game boss, man, that'd be really rad. As it stands, though, he got did wrong. Nope, it's not okay. A boss that looks that cool deserves so much more. Here's Colonel. I actually like Colonel. He's, like, that's the thing, the Repliforce are, like, not bad guys. They're not good guys. They just kind of, like, wanted to form their own nation and be left alone. Like, we're like, they're tired of the conflict between people and Reploids. They just wanted to go away. Like, alright. Right? If it wasn't for all this, like, all the misunderstanding, yeah, it would have been alright. So, Colonel, I wouldn't say he's definitely not a bad guy. I wouldn't call him a good guy either. But he definitely has a sense of justice, like sense of right and wrong. He very much is like, they want to be left alone. He's not out like fighting anyone else's battles, but he's got like a sense of duty. If he sees someone in trouble, he's gonna go save them. So he's not out superheroing or fighting crime, but he's a good guy. So yeah, I think he's a really interesting character. You get a little bit of him throughout the series, not a ton. Oh, no worries. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to get my mind off stuff, so you're kind for just everything. I appreciate you, Defoe. Get some sleep. I'll see you around.
We have all been wrongfully judged as mavericks by the humans. We cannot suffer this indignity and live in disgrace. We will build our own nation of Reploids. But remember, this is neither about insurrection nor rebellion against our human creators. This is about our liberty and security. We must battle for our own individual rights and our own survival. Together we will build our nation, a sanctuary for all Reploids, our own utopia. Let us forge onward towards a new golden era for the Repliforce.
I too share the general sentiment. Take heed, we have no other choice. Let us fight valiantly, with courage and pride. Without fear, for we are the Repliforce.
The most powerful army in history! Yeah!
Can I just say, after you're being accused of like a massive terror attack, going on TV and saying you control the most powerful army in history, probably not a good move. Honestly, Colonel, good guy, idiot, just really stupid, just bonkers dumb. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is actually.
The General has finally taken action. And now, my Maverick Hunters, what will you do? I'll be watching closely from here on out.
Christ. But it's kind of hard to tell because of perspective. The guy that was talking before, Colonel, the one that's wearing all the like gold color, he's massive. He's a building-sized man. It's the weirdest thing because you get Double. I'm sure we can trust him. He seems very trustworthy, right? Name one reason why you wouldn't trust him. I'm mad that you're suspecting him, honestly. Got no reason. I mean, if it helps, Snap, the only time I ever leave my house is when I go to my doctor, so I don't see people in person all the time. I talk to my cats and you guys on the computer, so that's it. And chocolate. I've got chocolate. Got a lot of chocolate to keep me company. Scramble. Alright. Just give me the... just don't... You don't have to go over each of them. God, this... Yeah. I still consider this a good game, but my God, do they just... The X series started making some really dumb decisions. Do you really have to? Alright. I'm gonna stop complaining. I'm feeling not well, and I'm in a bad mood. I'm sorry. I'll be better about it. Here's my Magma Dragoon, though. Not sure how loud the game is, so we're just gonna... Hopefully that's alright. Ah. Well, I've got no idea what's going on, but... If you want to have people over, hopefully you can... hopefully you can see somebody at some point. That sounds nice. It's no fun being all lonely. But, it'd be like that sometimes. I don't remember the boss order. Because when's the last time you ever played Mega Man X4? Hold on. Where's my phone at? Hold up. My foot's asleep. Alright. Well, this is gonna be weird. I sit, my foot falls asleep really badly. Alright, there we go. Alright. Come on, boss order. Because I kind of think... I'm trying to use my brain. I think it might be Storm Owl, but we'll see. Hold on. Let's see if I'm right. I'm really wanting to go after Storm Owl first. Ah. Really? I'm pretty sure I always have went against Storm Owl first, but the wiki is saying the best one is Frost Walrus to start with, which I might dispute, but we'll see. It's been a while. That probably would be a smarter... I don't know, we'll see. Either I've been doing it wrong or they're wrong, Let's find out. God, I love that so much. The music, the way the guy says their name, like... There's a lot of bad in this game, but I love so much of it. There's a Spark Mandrill for you, which I think is cute. Who are you? I can't name that one. Aw, hey buddies. Okay. Alright, that's not working. Alright. But no, just like, I don't know why. Mega Man X2 and X3 are undoubtedly good games. They're so similar to X1 that like you just want to compare them and they're not as good. They're good, but they're not as good as X1. This one is so different from the original that like you can't help but to judge it by different criteria. So it's like this one, and you can have room in for this one and one in your heart together. You know, they're both good for different reasons. It's easier when you can't compare them like that. I don't remember any of this. Alright. So there's a very good chance I'm going to embarrass myself here, but you know, that's just who I am as a person. Yeah. Really? That is the tiniest hitbox for anything, really. You couldn't muster out a little bit bigger of it. Okay, thank you. Pathetic. I love my kids so much. They're just, I mean, you know, I don't feel right about complaining that they want to spend time with me because it's a sweet thing. They just, oh my god. Miles is napping on my desk, demanding attention, yelling at me. Ellie jumps up, demands attention. Like, I love them so much, but they just.
It's sweetie. He's got sleepy eyes. I love you, Papa.
As much as he was yelling at me, now he's just like on my desk napping. He just wants some attention. I think it's a pretty looking game. This is the first one for PS1. And they were trying really hard not to like make it 3D, but give it a little bit of depth. Like, I think there's more like visually going on here than the Super Nintendo ones. I think that kills you, really. Right. I wasn't expecting that to be an instant kill, to be honest. That's interesting. If there's instant death at the bottom of this thing, I'm gonna riot. There really is instant death at the bottom of that thing. Really. Game, that's bold of you. Oh, there's Chill Penguin. It's a darn shame. Ouch. That doesn't work. Really? Buddy? Really? Childish. Stop it? Yeah. You just really have that much health, don't you? Why don't you knock it off, maybe? Really wish you would. Okay. Nailed it. Yeah. Nailing it. Ouch. We're about to get killed by the Midway boss. Get away from me, please. You know, game. That's bugging me. I don't know who that is. Oh, I hate that. You know, yeah, it happens sometimes. Like, I have a strong feeling we should not be here yet, but, you know, maybe that's wrong. I never expect the ice level to be the first one you go to. I guess that's not necessarily true, right? That and I know what he does now. It's just like, look how little damage I do to him. I wouldn't have thought I'm supposed to be fighting this guy yet. Like, unless they have, like, a better weapon, because, like, look at that. Barely scratching the man. You probably can't look at that. Hold on. Is that visible for you guys? I'm gonna, there, do that. Just because now that I'm saying it out loud, I think that's obscuring his health bar. Ouch. Ah. The problem is, now I'm on my last life, so even if I do win, we're still screwed. Oh. Yeah, we don't have any health upgrades. We don't got nothing. I can't help it. Like, they leaned in so hard to the power-ups and like the upgrades that you can get. Like extra armor, extra health, all this stuff. The game is very nearly unplayable unless you have a lot of that stuff. So like, trying to beat this game without any upgrades is very hard. I know I've done it. It's bonkers. In the beginning it was like a pleasant suggestion, you know, maybe get some upgrades. Now it's like, no, if you don't get upgraded, you're gonna get killed by everything. Which, I mean, yeah, but kind of sucks when you don't know where everything is, because I forgot. Oh, that gentleman healed me. Bless. Alright. I am going to be doing this for a bit, though, because we don't have any extra lives. I would like you know, one. Maybe figure out what the boss can do before we fight him, right? Like, give me one extra chance, right? It's unlikely I'm gonna get to him with a full health bar anyway. And look how small that health bar is. I'm very upset about that. Another thing they did starting with this game is, up until now, every Mega Man game had your health meter in these little horizontal dashes. It's a little confusing because they call those bars. Like, your health bar is made of health bars, but each of those dashes was one unit of health, and that's how you refer to those. And it made it easier to figure out how much health you had by looking at how many bars you had. They got rid of that. It's just one solid bar, which makes it hard to figure out exactly how hard things are hitting you and how much health you have left. Part of me doesn't want to do this, but another part of me knows that if we die and we get game over, I'm going to have to fight that mini boss again. I don't want to do that either, so we're just going to kill all these enemies. There we go. I would like to. It's just I haven't given it much thought, but it does sound like fun. I enjoy playing games with people. Yeah, I'll see. I'll see if anyone's interested. If you want to join us for that. Been having some fun. We did Gartic Phone. Couldn't get Scriblio working for whatever reason. My internet just hates Scriblio. Refuses to load the page. Only that page. Or like other websites, it's fine, but that one specifically. On every platform, every website you can find Scriblio on. No, it's weird. But, right. There's another game. We did some Jackbox the last time we played. And I had a lot of fun doing that. See, I think we'd have a good time. We'll see who else would be interested though. But I would be, if you wanted to stop by for that. If you'd like, I'm not sure what all your schedule is like, but once we get something going, I could tag you in the thing on when I post something about it. Up to you. Yeah, I was actually just thinking about the puzzle when I started up stream just now, because it's like, I haven't done that in a little while, but it's really just like, depression beat like that. It's rough. I'm trying to keep myself distracted, and sometimes that's not what it takes. So, hold up. Guys, just stop for a moment, just stop. What's happening here? So those guys were making it icy. I had assumed that there would have been like a thing somewhere around here for us to find that you can only find if it's not icy. And that's why we were having to kill them. Is it really just like... Oh, it sucks not knowing where everything is. I usually don't have that problem with Mega Man. Alright. You really are just like a butthole bird that makes everything icy, gotcha. Right. Alright, not a full health bar. I lied, we can heal here. Great. So that means the first chance fighting him isn't gonna be like, we don't even know what he does yet, but we can still get a feel for his moves and learn a bit. Give him a shot. We're at a disadvantage not knowing what he does, but you know, maybe he just sucks, you know. What if he's just terrible at his job? Could happen. This is also the first Mega Man game to do that, that warning screen that pops up. A lot of them did that after this. It became like the norm. Oh, thank you. Oh, you are bad at your job, right? Gotcha. You're just. You are Oh my God, what is wrong, sir? Get a new job. My God, you're bad at this. Okay, I feel kind of bad about this now. At first it was like we're beating the boss, now it's just like now it's like we're bullying him. Oh, I'm so sorry. He couldn't even defend himself. feel kind of silly about killing those enemies now for the extra life. A little over prepared. Alright. God, remember memory cards back in the day? We got a weapon tank, just happened to bump into one. Got no idea how long the stream's gonna go on for, but I really needed to distract myself, and I took some sleeping medicine, so we're gonna see how that goes. Who's next? I would assume Magma Dragoon, but okay, Jet Stingray. His level, the unique thing about his level is that it sucks. It's a speeder bike level. Hold on. Say the name. Do it. I love that every time. Just the way that man says their names. It's the hypest thing. Hi. Why are you yelling at me again? I thought you were napping. Oh, God. Alright, appreciate you, Nap. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. You're good company. Miles says hi. Hi, why are you yelling at me? It's like the moment I pick him up, he just relaxes and just like... I can't be mad at him. It's so difficult. He can be just downright insufferable sometimes, and like the way he looks at me is just the sweetest thing. Like how am I supposed to be mad at him? He just wants to snuggle. Like he just like gets really needy. He demands attention. He gets it from me. I snuggle him constantly, so now he snuggles me constantly. So there's only one weapon tank in this game. There's 2 energy tanks. Huh. Alright, yeah, I guess that makes it a little more challenging. But no, speeder bike level. And that means there's a lot of instant death. Just a lot of it. Because you're always going to be running into something, going off a ledge. You're just constantly. I don't know this level at all. I do not remember this in the least. So this is going to be fun. I'm almost dead already. Why is your health bar that small? That is really unnecessary. Like, look at this. I'm just... Really? How do you intend I do any better than that? Everything hurts you as you go by it. What do you want me to do? God, this is how I'm playing now. Once my medicine starts kicking in, I'm playing. I killed those before they... You destroyed the things before they get to you, and they hurt you anyway. Oh. Yeah, he loves to snuggle. He just has to be like on you or napping on you or curled up next to you or just... He's really cuddly. And if you ever stop cuddling, he'll yell at you. I love him dearly. Ellie also loves to snuggle. She's the same way. What do I do there? Because the ground there hurts you. What do you want me to do about that? Remember when I said this level sucked, right? So there's the charge forward thing. The thing is, run an auto scroller. That charge forward is absolutely going to send me off a ledge. So maybe it can get me past those bits, but it's just gonna fine. Just a very frustrating level. Miles, why are you yelling at me? No, that doesn't mean you can bite my hand. I love you. I know, I heard. Oh my god. Argh. Oh no, no. Oh, this sucks. All of it. All of it sucks. It's all bad. God, it's just a bad level. Not the worst Mega Man level, but it's up there. You gotta keep in mind, Quick Man's level still exists. Shout out to Jet Stingray here, though. He's the only boss I know of that will get his hands dirty and attack you in the middle of the level. Like, they usually just wait for you to show up. He's like, nah. And a little unfair, but I mean, it takes a lot of courage, right? Usually they're just like, yeah, they wait. Might mean he's impatient, but you know, I choose to see it as him being a real go-getter. Alright, maybe don't attack me from the back though, that's a little cheating. Oh, this isn't gonna end well. Yep. Knew that wasn't happening. So I mean, levels like this, you're just gonna have lots of instant death and there's not much you can do about it. Really? I'm upset about that because now we're on our last life, so even if we make it through here, we're going to have to fight him with however much health we have left. And if we do make it, that's not going to be a lot. Yeah, like, this is so much more challenging than I remember, but I haven't played this in a long time. I just know this guy's level is just, like, really... Like, I knew going in that this guy's level sucked. Just... really... Oh god. Oh my god, if you get a game over, it starts you from halfway through the level. Game, I was wrong about you. Every mean thing I said about this level, I take it all back. None of it's true. I love this game, love this level. Best level. Okay, let's do this thing. I don't care now. If it just starts you back there, he gives you as many attempts as you want. Yeah, cool. I was just bummed out. I really didn't want to have to redo the first bit again. You know. All right. We can do this, you guys. Nap, you and me, teamwork. We got this. You're just mad you couldn't be themed after a cooler animal, to be honest. Don't think I forgot about what you did to Steve Irwin. Get back here. Not letting you go that easy. Oh my god. They even give you a full heal thing. Man, best level. #1 level. I'm gonna fight him with just the Buster first. I want to give him a feel for his moves. I don't want to run out of special weapon power. Because for our special weapons, we've got limited ammo. Oh, I'm ready. Ah, the ground is... Christ! Buddy! Whoa! Alright, let's do this thing. I've got no idea. Really? I hate that. Normally in a Mega Man game, if you highlight a power and you unpause, you have that power. This one, it doesn't matter which one you have highlighted. You have to actually select it. And that might be a minor nitpick, but I've never had to do that in any other Mega Man game. Why? Oh, that's cool. They give you a counter on the top left that tells you how many uses you have of the special weapon. It's a good feature. Fight me, you nerd. Why would you do that? Okay. It still feels... Yeah, we're about to die. It feels like look how little damage this does to him. This is supposed to be his weakness. Look how little I'm hurting him. That's screwy. Alright. We gotta put on our big boy pants. Guys, just we gotta do this thing. I'm willing to believe that this is his weakness based on how he's reacting. The health bar doesn't reflect that, is all I'm saying. Ah. Look how hard he hits me though. Christ. Why? Yeah, okay, now half of my health is gone. Wow. Oh, this is screwed up. Really? Oh, that's messed up. I'm going after somebody else. Who else we got? Web Spider. It also says Web Spider's a good one to start with. Let's go after Web Spider. You know, we're gonna put a bookmark in that. We're gonna go fight Jet Stingray at a later date because that's messed up. That is, I hate that. Why? How can he hit me for like a third of my health bar every time? I hate him so much. Let's see if we can find some power-ups, because hopefully we'll get some health upgrades. God, I love that every time, every single time. We're gonna find some health upgrades and we're gonna do a better job. If I had a little more health, I'm sure we'll do better something. Alright. Oh, who are you? I do like how this game looks though, yeah. It was the first one on the PS1, so they like tried a little extra hard to make it look nice. Hey, we finally got our first upgrade. I knew there was one around here somewhere. I think this gives me a dash in the air, or a hover maybe. It's definitely a foot capsule. Right. Thank you. So the way these work are, you get different capsules. One for your body, one for your feet, one for your head, and one for your weapon. Okay. So we've got a bit of a hover in place kind of thing. Yeah. It's alright, it'll help with some platforming. Typically the body one gives you like a damage, like a defense upgrade or something. which is kind of what I want. But some health grades, or health upgrades, would be just fantastic. I think we would have stood a better chance against Jet Stingray if, to hit him with that attack, you have to be like directly beneath him. And if he decides to dive at you, there's nothing you can do. That's messed up. I'm mad about it. Alright. Ouch. Oh, okay, and it also lets you do that dash in the air, so that's good. That's what I was hoping for, actually. It's much more useful. It's essentially the same thing, but you get more distance and you go faster. I don't remember Web Spider's attacks at all, but I mean, that was. You alright? Okay. That was also true of Frost Walrus, and we shamed him. We embarrassed him in front of his wife and kids. It was a humbling experience. We whooped Frost Walrus without him hitting us, and then Jet Stingray basically just danced on our grave. It's very sad for me. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know how much damage Frost Walrus would have done to us because he never touched us, but now I'm thinking he would have just like one-shot us. Like if Jet Stingray can do that, yeah. Really? Oops. Didn't mean to switch weapons. I was mostly just trying to get those snakes away from me. Oh, look, I appreciate you hanging out, Nap. It was nice talking to you. Hopefully you have a good day, and I'll let you know if we do anything on stream, because that sounds fun. Appreciate it, friend. Whoop, 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 whoop. Getting it, alright, nailing it. Okay. I'll be honest, I'm kind of like trying to make up for that massive L we just took in Jet Stingray's level. So we have to try really hard not to die. Or die, I don't know. Just do the best we can. It's fine. Just, also, starting with... I don't know if 2 did it. I think 3 began the trend of... If you get all of the power-ups, you get a special attack. Some sort of special ability. With all of them. 3... I don't know, it might have been 2. 3 gave you a gold outfit. Just a really spiffy gold costume. Really? Alright. These snakes are giving me so much more trouble. Because X refuses to aim down ever. Cool guys don't aim down. Apparently. What? Really? Why am I... Okay, never mind. That was dumb. That was very dumb of me. I don't know why I decided to grab that health thing then. because I do stupid stuff. That's why. That's the reason. He very well might not give us a hard time, but like we were seeing stuff all over the place. Like we whooped the first boss, the second boss whooped us. So if we can go in there with a full health bar, then that'll be great. We're losing health. What's wrong with me? All right, fine. You know what? Just let's fight the man. Maybe we'll win. We've got 2 extra lives. It's fine. I'm sure we'll be okay. We're not gonna get killed by web spider, okay? Like, look at him. He's a dweeb. If we're being fair, that is absolutely on us. Like, we blamed them for a terrorist attack, and we're just kind of like hunting them down. Like, we're the bad guys in this situation. But, you know, you just do what you can. Yeah, look how little damage you do to these guys. It's screwy. Even worse. Wow, yeah, that hurts. Okay, buddy. Why is everyone so much stronger than I am? Oh, that's not good. I wish you wouldn't. Right. I mean, we got him nearly there with half bar health. Yeah, that's... I don't know if that web hurts you. I'm sure it does, right? Like, why wouldn't it? I think it might be a better strat to hug the wall high up, then we shoots that web fall. Because while I was mostly consistently jumping over it, jetting over it, falling is just the fastest you can go. So I think that might be the look. Really depends if we can get that high up on the wall that quickly. Because that web hurts quite a bit. We only got hit by it like the one time during the first phase, but that was most of our health right there. Most of our remaining health, right? I think this is it. Yeah. Well, he's given up on dodging. So that's nice. Wow, yeah, actually. That makes him so much easier. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, we died the first time, but, you know, I think we're allowed one mulligan to figure out what his attacks are. Second time he didn't touch us. I'm happy about that. Recovered a little bit of that pride just Stingray took away from me. Cause, like, I know I got whooped. That was very embarrassing. Oh, You love it when special attacks give you platforming options. Ooh. Alright, who's next? Split Mushroom. Alright. He's a fun one. I don't know why I have a soft spot in my heart for Split Mushroom, but I like his design, like his level. I don't know. I think I just have a soft spot in my heart for mushrooms. Ask Pointy. Love mushrooms. I also like the really short characters and stuff, and mushrooms are always the short characters. Look at him. God, I love that. No, mushrooms are usually the short characters and stuff, so like I think maybe that. This is an example of this game really trying to flex that 3D hardware. Like, up until now they're all Super Nintendo. They're jumping up to the PS1. They're gonna try their hardest to shove stuff in your face, whether or not it looks good or not. Like this. At the time, this was insane looking. Now it's just stupid. I mean, I'm being mean. It's fine. It's fine. But back in the day, this was just like blew your mind apart kind of stuff. I really should just let myself get a game over so I can get a restock of lives. Yeah, let's do that. No reason not to. Hey, sweetie. You're being extra needy. Hey. You sweetheart. Like, he yells at me and he gets really needy, but really it's just an example of your kid wanting to spend time with you, and like, yeah, I get irritated at the moment, but honestly it's a good problem to have. Like, I'm very fortunate that way. Once stream gets done, I'll get his brush out. He loves being brushed. You get his brush out, he will make time for you. Doesn't matter if he was napping, doesn't matter if he was eating, he does not care. He will make time to be brushed. And he's a big fluff ball, so like, when he's brushed, he's even softer than usual. It's really nice. Ouch. He's like pushing my mouse around with his paw. And I know he wants to click off of my game because he loves to click off of my game. This is one of his favorite things to do. Okay. What's going on here? That seems pretty straightforward. The one trade-off for that leg adapter is if you're meaning to push jump the moment you land, and you push jump slightly too fast, instead of landing and jumping, he will just hover slightly off the ground, so then you're a sitting duck. Very... Hi. I know. Ellie's starting to. Ellie, come here. Come here. Ellie. Hi. Oh, my child. She just woke up too. She's got sleepy eyes. Ugh. Oh, those do come back. I was wondering about that. Oh, she's got them sleepy eyes. Always check for fake walls, because, you know, we're on the lookout for power-ups. Whoa, my... That dash is helpful. But I was really hoping, we gotta keep an eye out for those hearts, because they give you health upgrades. Mini-boss, absolutely mini-boss. I'm guessing it's an instance of us having to destroy him before he destroys all of the grounds. That's fun. Really simple, but I mean, it's a cute idea for a boss. They very easy, probably not fun as such, but interesting idea. Ouch. Rude. Oh, dang it, Bobby. Whoa. Man, that boy ain't right. Ooh, who are you? Ah. Well, I can't do anything about that now then, can I? If I die, where are you gonna put me? Because I want that health. Ah, we're playing by Cajun rules, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, you thought. Get out of here. Oh. I like these guys. That's very fun. Finally got a health upgrade. And it barely gave us any more health, but every level has a health upgrade. And combined, they give you a lot of health. I'm not sure if it's the same in every game, but the first one you get at least twice your health. I think maybe just slightly over, maybe, or double. But I mean, still double health. That's a lot. I think it's slightly over. It's very stupid of me to do. I about got crushed. It's fine. That was looking very suggestive. Here's the thing: Split Mushroom's trying to compensate for something. His height is what I mean. No shade. I'm incredibly ugly, so we're both born with stuff that we're not happy with. It's just I'm curious. You're not gonna be mad at him. Look at him, adorable. Understandable. I'm a menace and I need to be stopped. Alright. I still want to err on the side of caution, because the thing about special weapons is once you use them all up, you don't get refilled. Like, what do you? Well, let's test something actually. I'm not going to waste the one we need against him. I'm going to use some Frost one. So I know in later games, some of them, when you died against the boss, they would refill them for you. Because if you, let's say we have 3 extra lives. If we used up all of his weakness, it does not matter how many lives we have. We cannot now beat him. And I don't want to waste all of our energy on an attempt where we don't know what his moves are yet. But we can test that actually. Wrong one. That's, it's, I forgot that they made you, you have to click on it now. That's enough of that. If nothing else, we've established that he doesn't do any damage to you. Funny how weak he is. Alright, Gemini man, calm down. Relax a bit, bruh. You guys wonder why he's called Split Mushroom? Me too. It's not fair if you go at different speeds. My brain doesn't work like that. God, we got close, all things, like, considering I stood there for several hits, letting wail on me. I'm actually kind of proud of that. It does heal them. Guys, that's amazing news, actually. God bless you, Mega Man X4. Going in, I was prepared to say that, like, this game does some things really well and does some things really badly, but there's probably more bad than good, but, like, they're still good. I'm finding a bunch of stuff I'm really happy with. Good game. Right. Well, buddy. I mean, if you're gonna let me. Oh, Split Mushroom, you are just a prince. You're my favorite. I love you. Ellie, what's wrong with you guys? Oh.
I know. You just want some attention, right? You got soul body.
Like, she sees me talking, and I know she doesn't understand what the internet is, so she's just like, she's having a conversation. Well, cool. We've just canonically established that Reploids have souls. That's very interesting. All right. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, so it really is just Jet Stingray is a beast, apparently. I have no problem with anyone else. Alright, we got Cyber Peacock next. Yep. And you know I'm anticipating the announcer guy saying his name. Every time. Always. Big fan. Oh, I love this. I remember this level. Let's start there. Out of 10. I want that guy to narrate my life. Yeah, I vaguely remember this level. In my brain's telling me I love this level, but let's wait and see. Depending on how well you do, you get stuff at the end of these. Ah, right. No, guys, our stuff. Forgot we need to die and get a new set of lives, right? Let's just, yeah, let's do that. So if we did make it to the boss right now, we would die because we don't know his moves and we would just get a game over. Fortunately, this level isn't very difficult at all. It's just, yeah. I think younger me just thought it was a really fun idea for a level. Likely. It seems like a thing I would enjoy. Right. That dash should help us for this, but you know I'm not using it correctly. Just not utilizing all of my moves. Hey, sweetie. You can be on my desk. You gotta lay down, okay? Hey. Hey, sleepy. I know she just woke up. She's got these, like, she gets sleepy eyes where she just, like, squints at you. But she's also got morning breath, so, you know, that too. Let me tell you, cat morning breath, whoa. It's very nearly as bad as dog always breath. Love dogs. Bad breath. Got no idea what's up ahead. If we can get those to leave us alone now, like, you know, an empty playing field would be more ideal. Hurry up. Am I timed also? Is that a thing? That's a thing. I never knew that was a thing. Nailed it. Their vision's based on movement. Didn't think he'd go quite that far. Come and fight me, you nerd. What's up here? Really? What's that? I thought there was a secret up there. I was about to be real slick. Oh, it's disappointing. I found a secret. I don't know enough about how this thing keeps score. It always says hurry up though, so like I don't know enough about how this thing keeps score. Actually, I got an idea. Hold on. We're gonna test something when we get to the end here, because you know, science and stuff. Wait. Oh my god, if you don't get an A, dude, they make you repeat the area if you don't get an A. That's screwed up. I trusted you, game. Alright. Yar. Well, I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna test something. That's, you know, I'll guarantee we failed. Really? Stop. They got me rushing. Playing badly. let's do better. So save state. What's your score? A. We're gonna load the save state and just wait a minute. See if it gives us a worse score, because actually now I'm curious. Like, I want to see how this thing keeps score. In the meantime, Bella came over. Hi, sweetie. I love her too. Have a sip of hot sauce while we wait. I just recently got a quart of Tapatia from Walmart, and I'm just beautiful. Where's my shot glass? Tasty. I mean, I don't need a whole shot. Stick your finger in the bottle. Get a finger's worth. Ooh, zippy. Just hits different. Okay. So not only does time matter, time might matter more. Because, you saw how many times I got hit on my way here. Like several. Still gave me an A. Waited a bit. B. And admittedly, we did wait a while, but still, we got hit several times. I like learning stuff. Ooh, we be learning. Alright, we need the ball to break the Jolly Ranchers, right? That's cute. It's not like a full-length puzzle or anything. It's just a thing you do. It's still a cute idea. This game has a lot of interesting ideas. Things that could be a lot better if they just got reworked slightly. Maybe. I don't know. Not a game developer. And now that we know it recharges our thing, let's just go ham on them. About to go into gamer mode. Thank you. That's actually a really fun line. His potential's limitless. Because in Deus Sigma, the one Dr. Light talks to X in those holograms, like messages they left for him. But he had exactly one conversation with him while Light was still alive before he put him in the capsule. And he told him the reason why he named him X in the first place is because X is a variable. It can be whatever you want it to be. And he designed X to be the first robot that could choose for himself what he wanted. He had free will. The first one. So in the same way, a variable can be whatever you want it to be. So like, limitless potential, yeah. I think that's really cute. Probably not the intent they were going for, but it kinda, yeah, falls in line with that, right? Might be, not sure. Look at Storm Peacock just floating there T-posing at us. What a power move. You go into a boss room and they just start T-posing at you, you'd leave. You don't want to deal with that. It's like Tuesday and I haven't had your coffee yet. Ouch. Buddy, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but you're very bad at this. So I mean, it's kind of unsporting beating the bosses this way, but that's the thing. Okay. Oh, I'm out of juice. Okay, that's the thing with these. It's like you have their weakness, they sort of just crumble, and you fight them with other weakness, they're just unstoppable god monsters. I feel like there should be an in between there, but every once in a while you'll bump into a boss that doesn't care you have their weakness; they'll just kill you anyway. Some of them are also really fun to beat without their weakness. Mega Man 5 for Game Boy. Playing it without the Buster or without special weapons is one of my favorite games, just period. It is so much fun playing that without the special weapons. Kind of goofing off at the end there because he was about to die, but I had no business. Like, if he hit any harder, we probably would have been screwed. Anime laser, gotcha. What's anime laser good against? Storm Owl. Guys, we finally got to Storm Owl. Of all of the announcers saying their names, Storm Owl's my favorite. It's a weird thing to have a favorite of, but you know. Gonna make me do a, yeah, okay, it's gonna make you do a midway thing. In these games, sometimes you do the first 4, then you have a mini thing, and then the other 4. This one didn't start that. That was actually Mega Man X5 for Game Boy, let's say, or Mega Man 5 for Game Boy did that also. Mega Man 7 did it. Mega Man 8 did it. Yeah, a lot of them do it. After you beat 4 bosses, they make you do a mini boss thing. Colonel's a good dude. Like I say, he's not a bad guy. And I have a soft spot in my heart for any boss in this series that carries a sword, but it's not built onto them. So some of them have like a built-in sword. Any robot that just carries around a sword with them, power move. So it's my weakness. And I'm a paladin, so you know I get down to people having, you know, honor and stuff. I mean, he's an idiot, but, you know, as far as idiots are concerned, I'm also an idiot, so it's fine. Although I do want to see which attack hurts them the most. If it's one of the ones I have, then great. If not, I mean, it could just bust out the Buster, but let's see. So let's see. Colonel, there we go. So oh, it doesn't have a... Okay, it looks like just a regular attack will do it. Not surprised. Oh, sir. Maybe stop it? How do... That seems not fair. Buddy, you're under arrest. You're under a vest. Eat it. Fight me, you nerd. God, that's the hardest thing to dodge because he's just there. God, okay, hold on. I was really disheartened at the beginning there because of how little damage we did and how hard it is to dodge him. Those higher shots that he shoots at you, you're absolutely meant to slide under those. It's just my brain can't switch back and forth. It's just jump over all of them or none at all. That dodge thing is so... The moment he disappears, I'm betting we could do a slide jump to stay off the ground. Because if we're off the ground, then we're fine. I'm betting that'll do it. That's the hardest thing to dodge for him. Let's see. And watch me get clobbered by every single one of his projectiles now that I've said that. That's how the universe works.
I've been waiting to fight with you.
Right. Fair. Very fair. Really? How are you meant to dodge? How are you meant to dodge that? There has to be. If I like hover in the air, maybe. So dash or jump out of the way just as he disappears. That's it, really. Yeah, alright, fine. Just... He is... spicy. Yeah, that teleporting attack is something.
Show me what you
Big, good morning. How are you doing today? Whip, 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 whip. Okay, that's fair. That's very fair. Okay. It looks like that might be the... Yeah. Oh, when he's dashing, he can't hurt you. So we really can do that and he can just go through us. Is it? I'm sorry. Good evening. How are you doing today, sir? Appreciate you. Okay, so we do that. There's nothing he can do to us. That's hilarious. Forgot to do it that time. My weakness is just being stupid. That's an issue. Doing okay. I'm glad. I figured you're getting up and doing stuff and then work stuff or, you know, stuff. What are you gonna do, buddy? I can fly. You weren't prepared. Man, get out of here. You come into my house
What is going on?
I don't know. You come into my house without hover boots, and you're gonna have a bad time. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. That just popped up for me in chat. And I saw chat moving out of the corner of my eye while I'm in the middle of dodging. I look over at chat. I forgot I was dodging. Like, whoa. Big, you about assassinated me with that purchase. Oh my God, yeah. Defoe said something about that too. My medication is... I started streaming because I was feeling very not well. And I took my medicine, I started streaming, and now I'm just sleep deprived and full of medicine, so I'm very delirious. We're gonna update that. Right. Thank you. I appreciate you. And that's not just the drugs talking. Although a little bit, but you know, I appreciate you all the time anyway. It's funny when you're inebriated, you know, you let your friends know you appreciate it more.
If you take a tea, you can't eat. And you know eat rhymes with sweet, and I'm gorgeous over here, boy. We honeybees over here.
Eat does rhyme with sweet, though. Honestly, it does. Thank you. Well, then I gotta refresh the Twitch. It doesn't let me update the category unless I refresh it first. Appreciate it. I'm very tired. I was actually planning on probably fighting this guy and going to bed because I was streaming long enough to keep. I was real sad. I gotta keep my mind off stuff in video games and wait for my medicine to start working. So at that point, I mean, I suppose I don't have any real reason to update the title. I'm about to dip. Right. Is it just me, or does capsule medicine taste slightly like broccoli? Like there's a broccoli-y taste to it. I've always felt that way. I don't know why. I'm sure there's like a chemical explanation, but broccoli. Oh, alright. I was getting carried away playing this, and it does hit me like all at once. So like, I'm just now noticing it's happening. So, but I'm glad I was able to say hey before I signed off. Although that does make this fight, oh my god, this was already difficult. Yeah, I say with that hover, he's just helpless. Look at that. Oh my god. Gotcha. Alright, Colonel. See you around. You remember to be good to yourself. It's tough out there. He's not a bad guy.
That's what you get for being a bad guy!
I was really hoping you were about to. God, that played out perfectly. That's why I said it. Thank you. Because I was thinking about playing it myself. And then I thought, Big is likely to play it. In which case, and it all played out. I feel like I masterminded the whole thing. Oh man. Beautiful. Just for that, we're gonna do another level. See how it goes. Pieces falling into place. Do it. Do it. Say his name. Owl. I love how he says the name of every boss before you go into the level. Homie turned owl into a 2-syllable word, and I respect him for it. I think this level also has the first ride armor in the game. But no, that announcer, he says all of the bosses' names with that level of enthusiasm, and it's just fantastic.
And this is to go even further, Pete.
God, thank you. Bless your soul. This right armor is amazing. It hovers, it shoots, it's got a homing shot. Look at this. Look how long I'm in the air. I'm just hanging out. I'm not doing anything. He just does that. Broken. Really? I gotta think this wasn't intended. Yeah. Okay, well. What? Okay. Oh. Okay, when you're fully charged, he can't move. Gotcha. It's a reasonable trade-off, right? Kind of funny that they did nerf ride armor. Like, well, really? I was gonna say for a while they nerfed ride armor. This one, like, you can see how broken this is. There's the heart. Yeah, for a while, ride armor was getting very useless. Like, I think it was X3. It was mostly just garbage. Mostly. Ellie agrees. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna... Yeah. Can you... Right. Yeah. You'll notice the other benefit of ride armor is we're not taking damage. Oh, I'm about to explode though, so that's not good. Your ride armor has its own... Really? Ellie says hello. Ride armor has its own set of health. So if you're in ride armor, you don't take damage, but eventually it'll get destroyed like that. Which is honestly fine. You just shed it off and you keep going. Essentially makes you invincible for a little bit. Like Mario gets a star. Stars are fine and all, don't get me wrong. Mega Man gets a mech suit. Much cooler. And then I did the same thing where I didn't get a new set of lives. It's disappointing. We're about to... We got healed. God, this game is so generous about healing you. I would love if it would give me an extra life, but if it doesn't, it healed us fully. I don't remember Storm Owl being an issue. So if we tackle him with his weakness and a full health bar, I gotta think we'll be alright. We're gonna have to be.
Hey, sweetie, why are you yelling at me?
Alright. I'm not sure how aim laser even works. Let's find out. 48 uses of it. Oh. Do I just... Oh, you know what it is? You might need to highlight an enemy to use it, because it doesn't let me, it's not letting me attack. Let's find out. Oh, midway boss, never mind. Really? Hi! Can't help but notice you're still yelling at me. Okay. Cool. I love my kids so much. This seems reasonable. Yeah, she's just screaming at me. I mean, this is pretty alright. You keep accidentally using attacks though, don't I? Now we're about to take some damage. Stop! I hate that so much. In every other Mega Man game, you highlight something, you unpause, you have that thing. This one, you have to push the button. Or you keep the same one. Doesn't matter what you have highlighted, you have to actually like equip it like this. And I keep forgetting that, and I keep unpausing and having a weapon I don't want. that aside, really all we have to do is stay on the bottom here, one shot any of the robots that come up, and every time he opens his eye and we're able to, we just boop. Guys, I think Ellie wants something. She's being very subtle about it. I call it parental instinct, but I think she's wanting something. Like honestly, I'm sure there's much faster ways to do this, but it's very easy not to take damage. She do scrim though. You are right about that. You are as accurate. She's a big fan of yelling. Sometimes when she's being extra loud, I call her Yelly because but we all have cute nicknames for our pets. Don't shoot Ellie. Don't do that. We still love her. She's just, I don't know. She's in a mood. Oh my god, it's like back, like even for her, she doesn't meow this much.
You like jazz?
I like jazz. Yeah, actually. Back when we first got her, before she was fixed, she went into heat a few times before we could get her fixed. Just like this. Just that constantly. Never ending. Alright, fight me, you nerd. I mean, to be fair, they fired on me first. I was defending myself. Okay. Oh, this is a weird one. Oh my god. Ooh, that does so much damage to him. Whoa! Of that. Oh my god, that just rips him in half. Whoa. Very awkward to work, or get to work right, but once you hit him, like once you pop, the fun don't stop, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't eat just one. You saw your sister doing it, and now you need to do it. Why? What is with you? You and your 6-minute long meow. What's happening? Hi. I love you. I'll kiss your forehead, but I don't know what you want. Oh. Very hard to get this working, but yeah. Boy howdy, does it work. Pretty sure that's how they make Pringles. They just, it's owl meat. Pretty sure. You ever wonder why you never bump into a can of Pringles? They never do an owl flavor. You ever wonder why? It's because they're already owl flavor, silly goose. They're made out of them. Just a raving lunatic. Why is my game... Game, you alright? Alright, making a save state and we're saving the game. And then we're making another save state. And bzzz, thank you. Should have sent a poet. Hey, Miles. Okay, I'm gonna dip, but I'm glad I was on long enough for you to pop in big. Appreciate you. You're a good friend. Hope you have a good day. I know you're just starting yours. I'm gonna get some sleep and spend some time with my kids because they've been staring at me this whole time. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you for being so fantastic, wonderful all the time.